Greetings and salutations. Second Star right back with some more Rage Shadow Legends. On screen we have Confessor. Confessor, rare void champion, attack champion from the Sacred Order. And she is actually pretty good rare. Right? So all of my my mid-game peeps who are getting through their the middle of their dungeon levels, you might want to take a look at this champion if you're having some trouble dishing out some damage. Alright, so here's what makes her special. And this is something that I like in champions, when they do something extra, right? Extra turn, extra attack, whatever. So her A3 attacks one enemy with a 35% chance of granting an extra turn. Extra turns are awesome. This is on a 5-turn cooldown natively. Put in 5 rare books, though, when you get the cooldown down to 4 turns, and it actually increases that 35% chance up to 50%. So that is pretty sweet. So you can pretty much bank on every other turn she's taking an extra turn. Now I have doubled down on this by putting her in relentless gear, so she gets another chance to get an extra turn. So occasionally, 18% of the time, when she gets an extra turn, she'll actually get a 3rd turn, which is really cool. So she can go 3 times in a row, really maximizing her damage output. Right? Again, anytime a champion has an extra turn, extra attack, or whatever, repeating attack, try to put him in relentless gear if you can. I know relentless gear is a bit hard to come by, and it has been nerfed on top of that. But when you see a tournament happening and the whales aren't really participating, and you can kind of sneak up there and snag some relentless gear in the top 3 or 4 spots, make it happen. Get yourself some relentless gear just so you have it in case you can get one of these champions and build them up and kind of maximize their damage output, right? Because extra attacks, extra turns are, I think, one of the best things to have on a team. Okay, so let's look what else she does. Stern Judgment. Attacks the enemy, 15% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. Alright, so again, another 5 books though, and that 15% goes up to 30%, which is a nice percentage to have on an A1. So even though the 15% turn meter isn't a lot, right? It's something, and it's on an A1, and it's a pretty decent chance of proccing. So that's a really, really good A1, and it synergizes nice with giving yourself extra turns. So you're doing more, your opponent's doing less. That's definitely the way to set it up. Now the A2, I'm a little bit less on. Now the positive thing I'll say right away is it does really good damage. It's an AoE, 70% chance of placing a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Again, it's decreased accuracy, which is just a hard buff to understand. I mean, you know what it does, but you don't really see it working. I mean, you can see the resist pop up, after your opponent's been debuffed and they attack, and you see you resisted whatever special ability it is, but did you do that from your natural resistance, or is it because you decreased the accuracy? There's no way to really tell, so it's unsatisfying. You can't really see it. I know I complain that about in all my videos, but in case it's the first one you're seeing, that's my beef with decreased accuracy, is that there's no indication that it's working. I mean, you see that they're debuffed, but you don't know that their action has been nullified by the fact that you've decreased their accuracy. It'd be cool if players could put in something that said, hey, because you debuffed them, now they weren't able to land their special attack or their special ability. That would just be set my mind at ease. But regardless, this is an AoE on an A2 on a 3-turn cooldown when it's booked. That does really good damage. So that's the plus side of it. Now this champion also has a crit rate aura in dungeons by 16%. Now if you watch my Luthia video that I put out a little while ago, I was super excited about her 33% dungeon crit rate. Now she's an epic, but this is a rare, so obviously she's going to be lower, but she's actually has a higher crit rate in dungeons aura than Talia or Kalia, whichever one is the one that has the decreased aura. Let's look real quick so I don't lead you astray. I never get their names right because they're so similar. Kalia, Talia, and Thessalia. Thessalia. I always want to put them on a team together. Where's that redhead? Was it scrolled right on by? Where did she go? I don't have her build up all the way, so she's right. Oh, there she is. Talia. Talia has a 15% aura, and Confessor has a 16% aura. And Talia is an epic, so a little bit better of a leadership skill on our Confessor than we do even on the epic. So she can conceivably be her own leader, and you can, as you're building her, you can mitigate crit rate because you can use the aura potentially, or you can use another champion with a better crit rate aura, like Luthia, for instance, as a team lead. I usually do the first 2 tiers of masteries, but I just didn't this time. It's okay. You're only missing really out on the 5% crit rate and 10% crit damage, which is nothing to sneeze at. You should do it if you have the opportunity and you have the time. I just didn't have the time or opportunity to do it this time around. So there's my relentless gear. There's my perception gear. There's the only thing unusual here, not even unusual, is the nice crit damage neck for the Sacred Order. And let's look at total stats. And again, they're going to look low because it's relentless gear, and you kind of have to go with whatever you have, right? Whatever stats you get on that gear. And I've burned so many flat stat relentless gear, it kind of makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. But 24,000 hit points, 1902 attack, which is low for an attack champion. You usually probably want to get this around 3, but I just couldn't do it with the gear that I want to do and the build that I wanted to create. The best I could do was that, but I was able to pump the crit damage up to, around the 200% threshold you want to try to get to on your attack champs. Critical rate is low. You want to be at least 75%. 78% is probably ideal, but I was not able to get there, so I mitigate that by putting her in team composition where she can get more crit rate, right? I think in most of the dungeons I was running her with Hexweaver, because again, I was testing mid-range dungeons, and Hexweaver has a crit rate bonus, so I used that as her crit rate. Okay, so speaking of dungeons, let's jump in there and see what she can accomplish. All right, let me scroll down here. I think it's on right here. All right, so this is Ice Golem's 13, and she's gonna buff up, and then boom. So she does not bad. There weren't any defense downs, but there was an attack up, and some crit rate damage up. So she was able to land some crits, and we got through that first wave without any real difficulties. Right? This is again Ice Golem's 13. When you're mid game and you're just climbing up, level 13 in your dungeons. I say this in every video that I make for mid tier, but you want to be farming 13 at the minimum, because that's where you can get. That's the first one that has 6-star gear, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're having a team of all 50s. We're climbing through the ranks, right? So I have Hexweaver, Gorgrab, and Scylla the Drakes all have some healing, right? Scylla has a passive. She has a res. Gorgrab has a res. Hexweaver has speed, crit rate, and a group heal. Awesome. And then leading with Lord Chamfort, who gives everyone a 50% bonus. And now, as we saw right there, I was prattling on, but we took a nice 3 turns from Confessor there. So that's nice. It happens a couple more times in this video, so let's observe and see what she's able to accomplish here. Again, that was her A1. She's got a heal reduction on her, but that's okay. I have so many things going on to mitigate that. Extra turn and an extra turn. Because there we go, another 3 turns, and she dealt with some pretty nice damage and brought the minion down. Alright, the boss has a defense down on him from Lord Chamfort, so that's good. And all those healers came in handy there. We were close to wiping. He's losing our attack champ anyway. As you can see, the entire team's kind of built around her working well. There's another extra attack. Alright. Okay, no extra turn there. That was her A1 again. Boom. Extra turn, extra turn, extra turn. A1. A3. No extra turn that time. A2. Extra turn, nice. Extra turn, extra turn. A3. I'm sorry, A2. And another extra turn, and she knocks out the boss. So a nice run from Confessor, 550,000 damage. Just really, really good. She had a lot of support in here, and of course the whole team's kind of built to make her successful. But hey, we beat the boss with a bunch of level 50s, and it's always good to see. All right, so Again, it's impossible to tell if her A2 is helping any, really, but really she's just here for the damage. And here is, I'll preface this. This is just me doing a damage check on her A2. So we're going to fully buff out from Dracomorph, Frost King, and Gorgorab, right? So boom. She wipes everyone out. It's between 30 and 37,000 damage per hit. And that's with all the buffs. So let's watch it again. Boom. So she missed one crit, but then she landed all the other ones, and that's about 150,000 total damage through here. So again, that's not bad for an A2 for level 50 rare, without even the extra crit damage, extra 10% crit damage from masteries. Okay, so this is obviously not working. Let me see if I can fix this. Alright, here we go. So this is one of those wonky Gold 4 things where you get a lot of crappy bot teams. So I tried to, make an A team that would be fair, right? So I dumbed them down a little bit to try to match my opponent. Alright. I'm going to try her A3. She did get an extra turn, so she's going to take out Apothecary and Spirit Host, well, which is nice. Granted, she gets wiped out by War Maiden, but that's okay. We have a Reser if we need to. Yeah, this is just a formality from this point out, right? But let's see what we do. You going to bring her back from the dead? Yeah, why don't you do that? Alright, so, and let's try to reduce his accuracy. You wouldn't want him to land any of those poisons. You don't want to wipe our team with his poisons. Okay, so good. You can see she performed her role as expected here. Oh, here's a good one. This one has Santa in it, so this would be a good one to he's level 60. Let's see if she can do some decent damage against him. 8,000, not bad. She landed her accuracy down on everyone, which I guess really only impacts KO. Oh, she extra turned and knocked out Apothecary too. So her extra turn procced, and here, let's look at that again. Her extra turn procced, and she's able to knock out Apothecary. So let's watch this again. Okay. Boom. Got everyone's accuracy down, got an extra turn, and knocks out Apothecary with extra. Nice 17,000 hit, followed by a 9,000 hit. That's not bad at all, coming from your level 50. Alright, Hope, what you gonna do? Make a decision. Okay, put some shields. Duchess, what you gonna do? Block some buffs. Nice. Alright. Alright, you're up. Alright, did not get any extra turn and did not get any crits on that A2, which is unfortunate, but that happens sometimes. RNG Jesus does not always smile upon you. Alright, come on. Okay, A1 on Vizier. Again, no crit. There is not a crit lead on this team. I went with the HP lead instead with this created monster. Granted, since they were, she's such a low level compared to everyone else. Okay. Can we get another turn in? No, not yet. Okay, we have to get rezzed. Alright. Thank you, Duchess. We bring the girl back. Take out Santa. Oh, not yet. We take out Santa. Take out Santa. Take him out. We don't want to put up unkillable. There we go. Alright, and nice 16,000 hit on Vizier. Again, she's level 50. She got a 10 level discrepancy, and she's still putting out 88,000 damage on this. She's not a bad champion. I think there's one more that I did right. No, not that one. Let's see. It's probably just more of the same, but let's check it out anyway. You have some 60s, some 50s. We got a mix. that gold 4 weirdness these days. Alright, so AoE, boom. Did not get an extra turn that time. And I think I skipped the shield because I don't want the fight to be over too quickly. I want Confessor to do more stuff. So the Drakes do your thing. Let's shield up. Alright, now what are you going to do? Alright, so we've got an A3 possibility for an extra turn here. Going to take out Ward Maid with a nice 18,000 hit. Got extra turn, take out Spirit Host. Alright, so it's all over but the crying, right? Confessor is a fun champion. She's not entirely versatile, right? She's probably only good in Ice Golem. In a pinch, she can do Fire Knight if she gets some extra hits, procking, but again, not ideal. Spider, no, not a whole lot of use there. It's only her A2 that she can use every 3 turns there. So as an AOE, so I don't think that she is the one to pick for much content. But Ice Golems and Dragon, she's just fine there. Excels actually. She's a fun champion, great in arena with that extra turn and with the minimizing accuracy, which I'm gonna assume works really well against the debuffer team, but again, it's hard to say because you can't actually see the accuracy procking, saying, hey, look, it's because you put this accuracy down that you're able to resist these debuff attacks. It's just an unfortunate way that the mechanics work right now. I hope at some point that they'll change it. But anyway, that's Confessor. Really good mid-range team, damage dealer as you're climbing through the ranks. Probably not worth 6-starring, right? Because her A2 is the only real debuffer, the only extra thing she brings other than damage. You can kind of get damage from anywhere. So mid-game, you don't have anyone else. She's a really fun champion to use with relentless gear. Can really help you climb through those middle dungeon ones when you need some extra damage. Other than that, probably not worth 6-starring, but a fun champion nonetheless. And I really enjoyed making the video and exploring her skill set. So thank you guys. Please throw a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment down below. Join our Discord. All that good stuff, and we'll talk about what to do next. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.